It is open enrollment season. You know, we have fall, we have football, but we also have open enrollment, and that's an important one too. For MemorialCare, we want to welcome our specialist on this, Jose Juarez and Cheryl Hertler. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Good morning.
So tell us a little bit about kind of what open enrollment's all about. Why do we even have open enrollment?
Yeah, so open enrollment is very important, right? It gives the Medicare recipients an opportunity to go over their plan and look at what changes, right, for the following year. Mm-hmm. So it's very important that you look at and get a plan comparison, mm-hmm. right, during this time, because there are a lot of good stuff in 2024. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And why do we do it annually? I guess why can't somebody go in there and just say, I want to make a change and happen like that? Is it really just because of all the paperwork and all the things that have to happen?
Medicare has just a strict period of time. It's October 15th to December 7th is the time when Medicare recipients can take a look at what's available for the following year. Mm-hmm. And it's for Medicare recipients as well as individuals who have a standalone prescription drug plan. Okay. So all of them would want to take a look and see, you know, especially if they had any problems this past year with medications that weren't covered or had high out-of-pocket expenses, they'd want to take a look and see what's available for next year.
And what are some of the main questions folks come to you guys with in terms of when they're thinking about changing a plan, or what should I be looking at?
Ooh. So the most common one is, I'm still working, I'm 65, do I need to apply for Medicare, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. And the answer is no, right? If you're still planning on working, you don't have to apply for Medicare. Part A is practically given, it's given to them, but Part B is the one that causes a monthly premium.
Okay.
But no, if they're planning to stay with their employer and have insurance, they don't have to apply for Medicare.
Okay, so then Medicare can really be like the supplemental plan if something doesn't cover it on my main plan, if I'm having kind of both of those, is that how that can work?
Well, most individuals have one or the other. They have Medicare or they have their employer coverage. They don't.
So once
it's
I go
not
to
recommended
Medicare,
to have both.
Once I go to Medicare, I'm done.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you
that's a good thing, though.
You want to go on
right.
the Medicare path and figure out what you want at that point.
But if my employer, like you said, if my employer is supplying it, and maybe that's a time for me to say, okay, here are my benefits on the employer side, here are my benefits on the Medicare side, and then I kind of make that balance out, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, especially you want to look at the cost of both of those. It depends if you're paying a lot for your employer coverage, how does that compare with what you can get on Medicare?
Yeah. Now the choices are pretty complex. It seems like there's a lot of choices to be made out there. How do people sift through all of that? Go to you guys and talk to specialists?
Absolutely. So that's probably the easiest, right? They can call Cheryl or myself, and we'll walk them through. We'll explain to them what the process. If they need any forms, they need the Part B application, pretty much anything, any questions they may have, because it is pretty complex. It's a lot of parts in Medicare, a lot of options, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, they can definitely give us a call.
Mm-hmm. Now, if somebody just doesn't do anything when it's open enrollment time, is it just lapse to what they had before? It's just kind of like an automatic enrollment in what you had?
That's correct.
Yeah, it defaults to it, just remains in effect.
Okay, and so what are some of the key dates we should be looking out for in terms of this open enrollment season, and what the steps I need to take to make sure, anybody needs to make sure that it's time to get going?
Yeah, so the dates are from October 15th through December 7th. This is a time that, obviously they can look at different plans, do a plan comparison. Even if you like your plan now, take a look at it, right? Give us a call. We'll refer you to one of our local brokers, but get a plan comparison because there's a lot of changes this year.
Mm-hmm. And what about if I'm turning 65 next year? Or maybe I turned it this year. Is there kind of a cutoff date for me to actually be qualified for Medicare? Like what birthday do I have to qualify for next year's enrollment?
Well, when you're turning 65, you have 3 months before your 65th birthday and the month of your birthday, and then 3 months afterwards to make a choice.
Okay.
But a lot of people continue working, so it can get complicated. So we do have classes for that as well, called Understanding Medicare, and really gives them all the information that they need. Very comprehensive program.
Are there costs to the classes? Are they day long? Are they weekend? Are they hours?
Yeah, no. So we pretty much daily around this time. They're daily. Here at Florence Sylvester Senior Center, I'm hosting several Medicare meetings. We do, from San Clemente all over to Long Beach, that we're going to be doing these meetings, and they're all free during the week and weekend, primarily in the morning. But you can also visit our website at memorialcare.org, and you'll take a look at those classes.
And they're about an hour and a half. They're not all day.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're not all day. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so it's a lot of information to download. Now, do you find people get overwhelmed by so much of this information, even after they come to you? So it's kind of like some people need a little bit of a encouragement at the end of these things.
They do, and that's why we try and simplify it for them, try and give them the answers easily so that they don't have to navigate through everything.
Is it important to talk to a specialist? I know the answer here, but how important is it, I should say, to talk to a specialist?
Well, I think, and because like I said, right, there's a lot of options out there, a lot of misleading information out there. It's best to just, give us a call or if you already have a broker, reach out to your broker and get whatever information that you need, right? As far as to when to apply for Medicare and documents, right? Any forms you need. You can also go on our website or give us a call.
Yeah, and you just said there's bad information out there too. What is some of the bad information that people might get or they find on the web or in their social media? Or do you run into people who say, I heard this or I heard that? Do you find that a lot?
Well, not bad information, but misinformation, right?
Okay.
Like what suits their friend might not fit for them. So each person's situation's a little unique. They really need the information, answers to their questions, not what applied to their neighbor.
Another thing too is that a lot of people are not aware that even on a Medicare plan and a Medicare Advantage plan, you can change medical groups year round, right? So if you're not happy with your medical group, with your doctor, with your referral system, and you want to join MemorialCare during the year, you can do so. Right? You're not locked in with your medical group. You can change year round.
And I know we have a map of like all the locations in this area of MemorialCare locations. So I mean, even within the MemorialCare system, if I say, hey, I think I'm going to go here. This is more convenient for me at work. I can change those plans, right?
Absolutely.
And so when we talk about the enrollment deadline, we're not talking about the physicians that you can choose. You can those, that's still variety. And
correct.
You can move
Right.
that around.
It's just your health plan, just the plans that you choose.
Okay.
Yep. And then even if you want to change your health plans, right? There's still special enrollment periods, right? If you move counties. So that if you get diagnosed with a chronic condition, it opens a special enrollment period that it gives you that flexibility to make a change with your plan as well.
And when people are choosing PPO, HMO, and those kinds of things, and all of those things, is it also one of those things you help consult in terms of like what's right for you, what are your needs? It's very individual, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I always find that to be a very individual thing in terms of like I really want to shop around, I want to go here and there, and so it can vary that. In terms of the Medicare, are you also getting questions about the prescription drug plan? Because I know that doesn't really go into effect yet, but people hear that and they think, oh, am I going to be getting discounted prescriptions? That's a few years down the line, right?
Right, in 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that hasn't hit in terms of the folks. One of the benefits you might have in terms of if you're weighing your plan versus the Medicare plan.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But most of the Medicare Advantage plans do offer a Part D at no extra cost. Right.
Okay.
So, and like I said, right, it's very important you shop around and be sure that your prescriptions are, the cheapest, right, with whatever plan you decide to go with.
Okay. And what's the best advice you feel like you guys can give folks who are in this kind of area and they're not sure what they want to do next?
Well, the first thing I'm going to say is they should come to our health
There
fair
you
on
go.
Saturday and meet us personally. We'll both be there. It's at 10 o'clock at Clubhouse 5, goes from 10 until 1.
That's correct.
We have a lot of MemorialCare staff there, including our cardiac surgeon, our new cardiac surgeon. So I'm hoping to, and we're doing a flu clinic.
Yep, we're going to be doing flu vaccines. So, yeah.
Oh, there's a bonus right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So come join us. We are going to have a lot of literature flyers of our Medicare meetings here nearby. And yeah, I mean, a lot of MemorialCare staff will be there, so it'll be a good event. Yeah.
Terrific. Thank you very much. We have that information, I believe, on the screen. And we want to thank very much Jose and Cheryl from MemorialCare for coming in and talking about the enrollment season that we're in right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, when we come back, we'll be talking about the old pros. Stay with us.